Hey all, welcome back. Jeremy from thetruthaboutguns.com here. Once again, Silencer Shop has loaned me a suppressor. This one's so new that it doesn't even come out for a couple of weeks from when I'm filming this. Y'all are probably familiar with the SilencerCo 36M. This is one of the best sort of hybrid suppressors out on the market. Anything smaller than 36 caliber fits through this, and it is modular. This front section comes off, so if you're shooting on a 9mm PCC or something, or a pistol, you can run it short. If you're shooting it on a 308 or a 223 or some sort of other rifle, you can run it long. And a lot of people have been asking, well, what about my 45? What about my 458 SOCOM? What about my 375 Raptor from Black Collar Arms? And SilencerCo has responded. This is the 46M. It is just like the 36M that you know and love. A little bit longer, as you can see, because it is rated for even larger calibers. Basically, if it is 0.46 inches or smaller, you can run it through the SilencerCo 46M. And that's what I intended to do today, starting with 45 ACP on this FNX 45 Tactical, but I forgot all the mounting systems. This is the Charlie. It's not your new universal thread pitch, and I don't have a booster for this darn thing. I do have some other mounts here on the table though, so I'm just gonna have to kind of revert to the other smaller calibers I was planning on running. We're gonna shoot this on 308 in full configuration. We're gonna shoot this on 223. We're gonna shoot this on 9mm in the short configuration, and some 300 blackout, and see how it sounds. So I'm gonna start off with the biggest bullet that I have a mount for, which is 9mm, a .355 bullet through my CMMG Banshee upper. All right, half 28 onto the muzzle. I'm gonna shoot a few in full configuration here with this front module on, and then we'll take it off and see how it sounds without it. Okay, not bad. Let's get rid of that, fire one more. And now that we're clear, I'm gonna go ahead and take this front module off. We'll see how it sounds without. Obviously with it, it's a nice, quiet suppressor. No blowback going on. That larger 45 cal bore allows a lot of that gas to come out the front. Front module off. Now all these baffles are welded, so there's no chance of them accidentally dumping out. What I need to do is take the front cap off. My handy little front cap tool here goes in the pins. I'm going to take it and install it on the other side. Oh, there's a serial number 1 on that too. Okay, again, make sure your gun is empty if you're going to play in front of the muzzle. There we go, 46M in shorty configuration. A little bit lighter, a little bit shorter, a little bit louder. Let's find out how much. Sounds surprisingly good, actually. Nice. I love it. All right, 46M on 9mm. Let's do 308. I've got my CZ557 Urban Counter Sniper with 5/8 by 24 threads. What I'm going to do for this and the 300 Blackout is use the SilencerCo ASR mount. Any of those will work with the 46M. So I'm going to put this bad boy on the gun. I'll use their tool to tighten it, and then the 46M ASR locking collar is going to go in the back of the suppressor, and we'll be shooting 308. I think I mentioned in another video that Silencer Shop accidentally ordered an absurd amount of these tactical oven mitts, and they are really handy, so you should pick up like 40 of them to help them get rid of that stock that they bought. ASR mount on the bottom. I'm going to put this front module back on because 308 on a 16-inch barrel, we're going to need all of that suppression. And instead of the 45 cal end cap, I have this 30 cal end cap marked on the inside so I don't screw it up. And that'll make it just a little quieter when we're sending a 30 cal bullet through it. Got some standard 168 grain cheap 308 supersonic FMJ stuff. Nice deep tone on that. Really deep. Not super quiet, definitely not loud, kind of middle of the pack range, what I'm used to on a short 308 like this. I can hear all the dirt raining down from the berm down range there. One more shot. Nice. Cuts down on recoil. I can tell that. Really deep. I mean, that sounds fantastic. Great option for hunting for sure. Since I've got the 36M out here, I thought real quick, let's do a comparison. Put the 36 on that same CZ and we'll see how this guy sounds on that same ammo compared to the 46, which has a larger bore. Shockingly similar, actually. Now, typically you would expect with a bigger bore, there's more gas that's going to escape and go out the muzzle. You'd expect it to be a little bit louder. Huh. Man, that might be a wash. Now, granted, the 46 is a little longer, but not much. I'm very impressed with how good the 46 sounds on the 308 compared to the 36. And given the fact that you can use it on so many more calibers, so many more cartridges, I'd say get the new 46. All right, I've broken out my 300 Blackout SBR with this Lancer carbon fiber handguard. If we're lucky, this will fit down. And I've done something a little bit sneaky. That brake is still in here. It was locked into here on the 308. And since we're way down in here and I can't actually get a tool in, I'm cheating by keeping the brake in there and just kind of using it as a fixed mount. So I can go ahead down inside of my handguard and get this 46M tightened up. And because there's some tool spots right here, I can actually make sure that it's decently snug. There we go. SilencerCo 46M on some 300 Blackout, shooting 220 grain arms core subs. Yeah, that is quite quiet. Nice. That sounds pretty good. And again, that generous bore, very little blowback coming out. Sounds good, feels good. Yeah. We've gone back to the 1/2x28 fixed mount. Still a little too toasty for me to handle without the tactical mitt. I'm gonna put it on this 223. I think it's a 14.5 inch AR-15. And I have put plugs in. ARs just tend to be loud. Doesn't really matter what suppressor you're putting on the end. Sure, for hunting and stuff, I'll do it without plugs, but out here on the range, there's so much sound that just kind of comes out of the action and such that I prefer to wear plugs. But we'll see how this feels, how it runs, how much blowback we get, all of that good stuff. Nice. Yeah, I don't see any gas shooting eyes open. Obviously, I have no sight to distract me. Feels good. Nice. I can tell by the ejection pattern that maybe it's got a little bit more gas than when it's completely unsuppressed, going a little more forward on the brass, but I'm not feeling anything to my face at all. And I usually do on this setup. It's just a direct impingement. Feels good, sounds really good, not loud at all. It's a lot quieter than I expected. I may pull one plug out, fire just a couple rounds so I can give you a better opinion. I would say how it runs is fantastic. Nice. All right, fired through without plugs just to give a better impression of how it sounds. Very low tone again, which is great. That always sounds a little bit better than a high tone that hurts the ears a little more. Not quiet, but not loud. It's pretty much what you'd expect from an AR, despite having that big old generous bore. So that is a really cool feature. You can run it on anything that's 46 cal and down, and it even works on 223. And thanks to that high grade construction, you can run it on stuff like 223 and you can run it hard. We got to the point where this high temp Cerakote started to smoke after all those full auto rounds, but it looks fine still. And the suppressor is gonna hold up to that kind of use and on your 45 ACP pistol. So pretty cool from SilencerCo with the 46M. It is the big brother to the 36M in that anything 46 cal and under can fit through it. Find out more information at silencershop.com. thetruthaboutguns.com, and please hit subscribe over on Rumble, which is where we'd rather see you than YouTube, but we appreciate you watching either way. Thanks, y'all. See you next time.